can say what you like, but I think we should do more of this.
Oui.
Getting out of the house on a Saturday afternoon, eh?
Oui.
Well, we need a bit of culture.
Oh.
It was Alan's idea we should come round the art gallery, you know. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Well, he came last year on an outing with his Derby and Derby club. Wonder if you get a cup of tea at the end. Mind you, it's terribly wearing, isn't it? Tramping around all of these rooms.
Oh.
Last week there was a terrible scandal down here, you know. A mixed party got locked in the long gallery for 2 hours. And of course there's only one Pissarro. That party of Dutch women's libbers is still behind us. I expect they're only here for the Van Dykes. You get us thrown out. Look, let me point out one or two things to you as we move around.
Oui.
This one here's a Tintoretto.
Oh.
And this one next to it.
Huh?
Almost certainly isn't.
Oh.
Oh. Where's that catalogue? Number 243, Nude in Repose. I do like that, though, don't you? You know, if it wasn't for the face, it looked just like your missus. Have you ever thought about getting your own brush out? I think we might enroll for evening classes this winter. Well, it'd make a change from pottery, eh? I think my mother would be pleased if we tried something new. 365 ashtrays is a lot for a woman of her age to dust. And it'd pass the time before the John Peel programmes every weeknight from 11 to midnight. Hello. Now this is a much more modern piece. Come over here and let me explain it to you. Now, I'd say this glass box thingy here symbolises the unattainable vision of man. That reaching for the unreachable. Well, it's the story of, isn't it, of Tantalus caught in glass and cold steel. You see that red object inside? Which to your untutored eye probably looks like a bell push. Well, surely that represents, doesn't it, the hope of eventual communication. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Well, such works they really need no title, do they? But let's see anyway what the artist has called it. In case of fire, break glass. Oh, well then, let's move on to another room, eh? Hey, this looks rather stimulating. Prehistoric and primitive work. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Well, this is the real thing now, eh? I mean, what is this object, then? I mean, is it male? Female? Half man? Half god? Who knows what unspeakable rites it has witnessed? Underneath that crude paintwork, time has taken its toll. To our sophisticated society, this decaying and, dare I say it, decadent. Yes, this piece is an irrelevance. But to people of a bygone age, what did this misshapen lump have to say? Hello. It just blinked. Hello, Alan, baby. Oh, this is the big one, eh? Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? Just think. In a matter of seconds, Radio 1's master plan for 1977 will be in our hands. Well, it should be worth a bob or two in the right quarters, you know. Looks to me like a job for jelly. It's delicious. Broccoli and spearmint flavoured. It's my favourite, you know. Hey, listen. Can you remember what it was they did on Policewoman? I think it's one turn to the right. No, not you dolt. The knob. I felt the tumblers fall into place. Now to open the door. It's you! Oh, blimey, Gov. It's a fair cop.
Oi. You can get locked up for that sort of thing.
Mush! Mush!
Oi.
Oh, can't you go any faster? Oh, all right then. Stop if you must. Well, I suppose I could do with stretching my legs. Come on then. Help me off the sledge, will you? Careful with my blubber. Oh, blimey. Oh, what a way to start a holiday, eh? Looking for a new site for Eurovision. Hope Kid Jensen looks after the programme all right for the next fortnight. And remembers to give goldfish its aunt's eggs. Oh, it is cold, isn't it? Feel my alpenstock. I told you. Of course, you chaps can't take it, can you? I mean, all you've done is drag me and the sound equipment up from the station. I thought you'd never get up this morning. Do you know, before you even had your eyes open, I had my nose in Frau Bormann's schnitzel? I don't understand why her husband bolts into the cellar every time there's a knock on the door, do you? Still, back to work, eh? Well, this looks as good a spot for the Eurovision as anywhere. Careful. Don't sit on that ice. You'll get piles. Yes, I think if we get Lindsay to pull up here, she'd really go. Let's have a look at that map, then. The other way up. Let's see, then. What's this? D-A-N-G-E-R-Z-O-N-E. Oh! Of course, it's the famous ski resort. Dangazzoni. Well, come on, then. Let's try a sound test. You move back to the edge of the crevasse, and when I wave, you start. Okay. Okay, then, when you're ready.
Oh, John, what a big yodel you've got.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh.
Are you ready, my angel?
Wee!
Oh, you're here again.
Oh.
It's about time you got a place of your own, you know.
Ooh.
Still, I see you kept yourself busy at least.
Ah!
No. No, I'm sorry. I've just been round to Fluff's and his is definitely bigger than yours.
Oh.
I'm afraid it's true, old son. His definitely stands up straighter.
Oh.
The colouring is better. And as for the balls, and it's got a fairy on top.
Oh.
You can say what you like. That cat simply will not stay up there for the 12 days of Christmas, no matter how you fasten it. I'm dreading it, you know. Dreading it? We should never have agreed to go round to Fluff's on Christmas Day. Well, you know how long it takes him to get through that turkey. He shouldn't try to sink those false teeth into the dark meat, you know. If I have to spend another Queen's speech watching Alan masticate... Well, Wilson will be late again, no doubt. We thought he'd never turn up last year. I was halfway through his Christmas pudding, then he comes down that driveway at 40 miles an hour, reverses his car straight over Alan's bollards. Well, come on then. Seriously, though. I do think it's time he owned up, eh? Listeners, we're just sitting here in the studio with Alan. And what a wonderful old fella he is, too. And we're just hoping that you'll listen to the John Peel Show over the holidays. Sometimes 10 to midnight, sometimes 11 to midnight. And we're going to be playing Listeners' Favourites 50 and selections from star guests like Thin Lizzy, Joan Armour Trading, Bebop Deluxe. And, you know, listeners, it's really not just me and him over there. Alan and Tony Wilson. There are boys in the back room. But Alan, join us at this time of goodwill to all men. This time when we unite for the common good. Alan, let's let bygones be bygones and, well, put it there.
What?
No, not there. Well, Alan, do you wish us all that you wish yourself?
Yes, yes, I do. And you know what I wish? I wish that I was somewhere where the names of John Peel and John Walters were unheard of.
Doesn't know anything about music.
Oh.
Well, that always helps, of course, but he is extremely creative. Well, he used to be in television, you know. Still a legend with those hooligans who do Hector's House. Well, they're no better than they should be. Of course, he's only over here because of that scandal over the flower pot men and the paraquat, you know. Yes, he came here to forget. Of course, there'll be no stopping Wilson now. Just a toothbrush and the handy-sized bottle of Ravenscroft's violet-scented browner-than-thou oil in his handbag. Well, it's the wanderlust, you see. The feel of the open road beneath his feet. The wind in his hair. The call of the wild. Well, he always had an affinity for Jack Kerouac, you know. No. I mean the bohemian lifestyle. devil-may-care attitude. No explanations, no excuses. The man with no name, they call him, at the Building Society offices in Poulson Street. It must be wonderful to be a free spirit. 8 days in Teramasalata, all found and all the driftwood he can carry. I got a card this morning. He's staying at Mrs. Macbeth's English-style boarding house. Again. 2 minutes from sea, bacon and egg breakfast, TV room, linen changed fortnightly. Well, it sounds pretty comfy, eh? Perhaps we should give Casserel Diablo a miss this year, eh, should we? Well, I'm getting tired of Accrington year after year anyway. I think we'd be pretty lucky to get any time off at all, you know, with the public demand for the John Peel programme every night of the week. Oh, well. I hope Wilson doesn't bring us another ram's milk cheese again this year. I'll never forget that party at his mother's last July. And she didn't seem very pleased with that bullfighting poster with her name on it either. Oh, well. I expect it's time to get back to Fluff again. This new man's really on the ball, you know. Oh, certainly. He's a pro. You know, he's got the cue written down ready. It's, and now back to Alan Freeman. We? No, not yet. He'll be starting early. Okay, let's have a go then. And now it's back to Alan Freeman.
Malcolm, I'll just have a bit of cup of tea, I think. Okay? I don't want any.
Back to Alan Freeman.
I'll have two. Two lumps of sugar, yeah. Right.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rejoin Alan Freeman.
Yes, right, I'll have some milk here. Good, lovely. Top.
Alan Freeman.
God, it is hot today, isn't it?
I wish they'd get that over. Go on, give us a plug, fellas.
Alan Freeman.
Oh, you're so kind.
We realised while we've been listening to Fluff's programme, it's a truism that the rich polyrhythms of 20th century popular music were largely the gift of Mother Africa. Adapted and enhanced in the United States during the period of slavery. And for many decades beyond its abolition. Hey, are you listening? Come on, what are you reading? Oh, have you been peeking in my bedside table while I was out placing our bets? Come on, give it here. Have you been at my spanking Internationale 1969 again, you pervert? Come on, let's have it. Oh, I've read that one. Mind you, I found the adventures of Carmilla, the airline hostess from Rotterdam, very, very moving indeed. Particularly in the light of of Britain's entry into the common market. Of course, as you know, I only buy the things for the crosswords. Still, it's not what you read, but the fact that you are reading that's important. I think BBC producers should read more, you know. Always. Well, on your last open day, the Director General was saying to me, he said, listen, John, you can help us a lot if you can get him to read a bit. Sorry, which word? Which word? Oh, that's flagellation. Well, it has some sort of perversion exclusive to the Corps of Signals, I think. Have you seen this one? I just borrowed this from Len down at the fish shop. Of course, all the good bits will be covered in batter again. Look here, page 14. Scandinavian traffic wardens in weekend sex fun. It is of major sociological importance, you know. Especially that blonde one. And what about death camp cuties in boots? Well, I'm surprised at a respectable chemist allowing such goings-on. a good read. Of course, it is a rather more serious thing.
Oh.
The Yank adventurer who discovered the Valley of Chained Blondes. Well, it may not be Wordsworth, but it'll pass the time until the John Peel programmes. Every weeknight from 11 till midnight. Naturally. To men of the world like us, pornography is... It's so boring. Hey, look at this. French girl guides wrestling mode. Look at her Arc de Triomphe. Hey, look at this one. Hold on. There's a fella in this one. At least I think it's a fella. Yes, it's a fella. Look at the pimples on that bum. Wouldn't you like to give him a good squeeze, eh? Ooh, nothing short of sandpaper would shift that lot, you know.
Oui.
Poor fella, eh? Men who get dragged into a web of vice. More to be pitied than censured. What pathetic twilight creatures they are. Flaunting their bodies for gain. Oh, come on, there now. Here's my handkerchief. Go on, have a good Wilson. Better?
Oui.
Oh, tragic. 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 Hey, look at this. He's turned round over the page. I recognise that. And the face. Oh, yes. It's definitely him, despite the wig. Shh, shut up. He's here.
John, I knew you'd be looking at the face. I didn't know you were peeping elsewhere.
Self today, eh? He's looking a bit peaky, you know. Well, there seems to be a bit of a bug creeping through the Radio 1 corridors. Not the usual one, either. Everyone's been a bit stomachy, you know, since the firm's outing to Blackburn's pantomime. Tony himself hasn't been too good, either. Keeps babbling incoherently, you know. Matron said that she didn't think his audience would notice, but they did call in a tree surgeon on Wednesday, just to be on the safe side. I'll tell you what. I will say this for Alan. When I had that day off a week or so ago, he was the only one who came round to see how I was. I was touched. Really touched. I've never seen a temperature taken like that before, though. I needed stitches afterwards. Fortunately, they managed to make some adjustments in the studio, and I can now do the John Peel programme every weeknight from 11 to midnight in the deep knees bend position. Actually, I'm getting quite attached to that little trolley they gave me in the outpatients department. My mother's getting tired of emptying the bottle, though. You know, sincerely, I must thank you for standing by me in my hour of need. Sincerely, I'm terrifically grateful for your support. Did have to take it in a little bit, but I'll give it a good rinse and I'll let you have it back when I've finished with it. You'll keep this to yourself, won't you? You've not heard about Wilson, have you? Well, he had to have it off. It was sapping his strength, stunting his growth, and affecting his eyesight. Well, a nose like that. They burned out the motors on 2 chainsaws in the surgery, I heard. Of course, they've not quite got it right yet, but it'll stop him smelling. Oh, well, let's get the rubber gloves on and we'll get Fluff back in again. Shall we scrub up then, shall we? Oh, sole mio, be mine tonight. La 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 lee. Call the students in, would you? Okay, Mr. Freeman, if you'd like to come in now. No, you needn't be embarrassed. We're all medical men here, you know. We've seen it all before. Okay, if you could open wide now. No. I think you misunderstand me. Your mouth, Mr. Freeman. Ah, yes, that's a lot better. Now say 69. Good. Now cough, would you? Thank you. Pass me a towel, would you, nurse? Now, Mr. Freeman, what sort of a sensation do you get when my assistant does this? You're certainly right, you know. Certainly needs brightening up. You'd think you get tired of playing the same old trite rubbish week after week. All interspersed with bursts of Wagner. I don't know how she does that punching through walls, you know. And that Tchaikovsky's 1912 overture. 65 years old this year, yeah. And Handel's Lager. Well, for chaps like me who are familiar with the classics, sheer murder. No, what this show needs is a bit of variety, if you ask me. Well, I wouldn't turn my nose up at a good dog act, you know. Hey, here's something. What about impressions? What? Who's this, then? No, I haven't started yet. Famous film stars. Hey, you dirty rat. Judy. Sanctuary, the bells. Pick any card, my little chickadee. All right, don't bother about it then. Before your time, I shouldn't wonder. Here's something a little more contemporary. Mary, Marcia and I come before you tonight, quite frankly and fearlessly. How about that? No, you wouldn't get it. No, you won't get it. It's on too late for you, I suppose. Mikey Harwood. Of course. Look, here's one that's a little closer to home. How's about that then, guys and girls? As it happens, the studio is full of naughty nurse-type persons. It's a Radio 1 disc jockey. No, not me, adult. Look, here's an easy one. I'll give you a bit of a clue first. Fat? Balding? Fascinatingly ugly? Aging groover? Been around Radio 1 far too long. Are you ready for the voice? Here we go. Oh dear, something went critically wrong there. We're supposed to play 2 tracks in a row and it didn't work out that way. And that's called Stanley. What am I doing? Oh, yes, very satirical. Most amusing, I'm sure. I suppose that sort of third form stuff passes for wit and epigram on your programme. On the John Peel show every weeknight from 11 to midnight, we demand something a little more mature. So, Fatty. And, what's the Latin for tiddlywinks? Would it be tiddlywinkibus? Tiddlywinkium? Oh, I can just see it over the town hall, eh? Semper ubique quo facet gloria tiddlywinkibus est venustiorum. You're probably wondering why I ask. Well, we've had so many letters, you know, from listeners who've grown weary of the endless repetition and specious nonsense of the Alan Freeman show, and they just want to know if there's any special qualification required for listening to the John Peel programme. Every night from 11 to midnight. So, well, I thought we'd set up some sort of simple intelligence test. A bit of a quiz, really. Perhaps we could insert it in the Radio Times. And listeners could fill it in and send it back. Let's see, have you ever taken any intelligence tests? No. No, obviously not. Silly question, really. Do you think Alan's lot could cope with, what is the capital of Peru? Who is president of the Board of Trade at the time of the recording of this programme? No, I think that's a bit too tricky for him. How about, can you identify this instrument? No, I think I better withdraw that one. Who wrote Beethoven's Fifth?
Away.
Da da da.
Three.
Da da da.
Who.
Da da da.
Three.
Da, da.
Three.
No, close, but no cigar. Okay, then, here's one. Compare and contrast the work of the Siena School of Painters during the last years of the 14th century with agrarian reform under the Romanovs, with particular reference to inland waterways, the strip system, and the influence of Giotto. Oh, it's too easy for you, eh? All right, then, all right. Try this one for size. Oh, get off your beast. Oh, wash your hands first. I'll tell you what, look, here's an almost musical question. Which organ of the body differentiates between the TV Tony Wilson and Fluff's Tony Wilson, then? It's a stiff one. Let me give you a bit of a clue. I'll admit it's a hard one. No, I'm sorry. We moved on to another question now. It's another showbiz teaser, though. Now, if you were to ask a Frenchman, did he prefer John Peel to Alan Freeman? What might he reply?
Oui.
A sunny clime will suit Alan. I mean, another British winter could see the blighter off. At that age, one good sneeze could shatter his spine. And after all, they've bought up everything else. Well, I mean, anyone who'll take on Jimmy Hill will take anything. So, when His Highness gets here, let me do the talking. And don't make a fuss when the soup comes round if you find the odd sheep's eyeball lurking in it. They consider it a delicacy over there, you know. I wonder how the Saudis will take to Alan. Well, there'll be some changes made. Can't be much doubt about that. I shouldn't wonder if the programme will be produced by one of their camp eunuchs. Mind you, he must be used to that sort of thing after several years under Wilson. What sort of thing do you think we should ask His Highness for Fluff's programmes? Well, they like to barter, of course. So if we start high and come down, eh? How about £7.50, 10 goats, 4 bags of camel dung, and the hand of his youngest daughter in marriage? Then we can come down from there to something reasonable. Well, my mother can look after the goats, provided she can keep them from the huskies we got for selling his programmes to the Eskimos. And Well, over the years, we'll be able to get rid of all that camel dung in the window box. She can keep it under the stairs for the time being. Of course, if we can shift Fluff, we can expand the John Peel programme from 11 to midnight every weeknight and gradually take over Saturday afternoons as well. Then we can see Gambaccini off by giving him a free pass to the old down-home ranch-style El Cosa Nostra pancake and waffle shop. Turn off the vertical hold on Sight and Sound. Well, we'll gradually take over the entire radio one Saturday. Whee! I see the lights going off all over Broadcasting House, mate. We'll have our critics, of course. They'll say I'm mad. Quite mad. I think I hear His Highness approaching. Make sure Alan keeps his veil on until we've got his signature on the cheque. Okay? Your Highness! Salams, O Great One! You honour our humble split-level dining room come kitchenette with your presence. Snibri, Nganle. May your singles never warp and your albums never be pressed off-centre. How long do I have to keep this stuff up? Come on, let's get Alan out here. I'm sure your esteemed divinity would like to have a deco of the merchandise before we get down to the port and lemons. Alan! I want you! Here he is now. Just look, oh nobility, at this vision. See how the body ripples like the waves where the Tigris meets the mighty Euphrates. See the hair like the cedars of Lebanon. Observe how the eyes flash like pistols in the snow. Mark the breasts, how they skip like the young hills. And the waistband strains like the hunting dog at the leash. Come, my pretty one. Have you no words in sweetness like unto the honey the bee takes from the beautiful hibiscus to charm the ear of the Grand Wazir?
Oh, Your Highness, take me away from these decaying infidels. Well.
This is very civilized. Very pleasant indeed. It was jolly decent of Alan to recommend a good restaurateur, say. I think the Technicolor Yawn's an awfully pretty name for the place, don't you? Almost psychedelic. I've never had the chance to sample real Australian cuisine before, have you? Hello. Is that the famous Antipodean lady cricketer Lillian Thompson over there? No, it's not. I feel a bit overdressed, you know. Had you noticed that we're the only men in here in long trousers? Nice music too, eh? Gaspar Montenegro and his Tasmanian Devils. I have both their 78s at home, you know. Come on, let's have another look at that menu there. Those openers were delicious. Hyper succulent in my view. Deep fried witchetty. Lovely grub. Mind you, your roe burger was a trifle lively, I thought. Hopping about all over the table, knocking the sauce goolagong onto the floor. Seems to become a little more even-tempered since you put it in your pocket, though. Well, it'll keep the cat amused when we get home. They're taking their time with the pommes de terre, aren't they? Finished your rum and koala? You know, I never realised the little brutes were such poor swimmers. Fancy some wine? I'll signal the chap from the coolie bar. Shall I Shall I order a half bottle of something slightly Teutonic? This looks nice. Canned in Alice Springs. This succulent burgundy-styled wine-type drink and antifreeze. Stand clear when pulling ring. For external use only. Or would you prefer something a trifle drier? The special reserve Chateau Outback. Shake well before using. Placed well out of the reach of children. Do not open near naked flame. Sounds wonderful. Wonderful. By the way, don't bother with that ratatouille. I stuck a fork in it, and there's not a single rat in it. Well, unless it's hiding in that pile of greasy old vegetables he left behind. Nippy little blighters, aren't they? Oh, look. This is getting beyond a joke. Where is that main course? I suppose the chef's still out straining his greens into the soup. Garcon! Hey, Cobber! Gone out to shoot it, have you? I suppose he means it'll be ready in 2 minutes. Look. Oh, here it comes now. Oh, it does look delicious, doesn't it? Swimming in its own fat, too. Oh, those spices. The rich aromas of old Brisbane. Or is it old Sydney? Oh, the chef's special. They say it's the finest thing to come out of Australia since Rolf Harris. You'll want the white meat, I suppose. Hold on a second. Scrape off some of that eucalyptus sauce. I thought as much. I'd recognise that parson's nose anywhere. Oh, go on, give him a jab with your fork. Ah!
Oh, John, you haven't lost your subtle touch?
Hey, here, Tubbs, here's a good one. Oh, yes. Oh, very touching. Tears at the heartstrings, this. Enduring love forever and ever, my darling Diddums. You were great again Friday. From your very own Valentine, pumpkin pie. It's nice. Penny in your paper, then. Come on, then, let's have a look. The other way up. Hey, here's a good one. My dearest, darling angel face. Come to me tonight, my peach, my blossom. Bring 2 family-sized pepperoni pizzas and an order of fries. And, if you can, a tub of the German chocolate and Madeira ice cream. I'm hungry for what you've got, my vixen. If I'm out, leave it with Mrs. Bastinado in flat 9. From Gambaccini to anyone. Oh, he's so compact somehow, isn't he? The Flash, they call him. Hey, here's a very moving one. My precious, how I crave the touch of your cold nose in my navel once again. Your loving pants are in my dreams 110% of the time, my little treasure. From Tony Kins to his Arnoldy Warnoldy. One often wonders, doesn't one, what poor misbegotten creatures lurk behind these pseudonyms? Hey, look, here's an economic thought for these troubled times. To all of you, a joyous Valentine, stroke Christmas, stroke birthday, or condolences, stop. My thoughts are with you at this dark hour, stop. Delete that which is not applicable. Cut a long dotted line and mount on indestructible plastic. Stop. Postage due. Bye. Uncle Ed. No. Oh, well, they should have got a few ideas smaller than that, then. Well, let me have the opinion of a man of taste and discernment on these few poor lines I have penned. Or, failing that, tell me what you think yourself. That's it. Dear Snookum's bossy boots, who loves your baby? Will Christopher Robin go down? Lots of sugary kisses and cuddles and tickles from your very own Pooh Bear. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You'll think it's from Wilson again. There's really no danger of Wilson sending Fluff a Valentine this year, though. Oh, haven't you heard? Oh, he's in love. Smitten. Laid low by Cupid's dart right between the uprights. Good Lord, man, he's up to there. Well, there, anyway. Of course, between you and me, she's given him the most wonderful thing any woman can give a man. Of course, the season ticket's completely wasted on him. He never goes to Liverpool. Doesn't even like football. It's a shocking waste. All right, then. How about this? Roses are red, daffs are yellow, hairpins are bent. Hold on, it's coming. To you we say hello. Let's see. On this Valentine's Day of fun and frolics, John Peel's message to you is, greetings. Well, I know it doesn't really rhyme exactly, but there are times when the muse just doesn't come up with the goods. Anyway, it's a sort of free verse, isn't it? Modern. Let's see. Every good wish to you and yours. Pity your programmes turn out to be bores. Oh, John Betjeman had better look to his laurels, eh? Let's see. Not as good as ours betimes. From 11 until midnight chimes. Don't let our verses make you ratty. We're off to the match. Get on with it, fatty. How's that grab you, Fluff?
To you, John Peel, and your chum, John Walters, I would like to be nice, but the words seem to falter. And although your trailers are often quite witty, they hold up the music, which seems a bit of a pity. So why don't you both help make it a better day and play somewhere else in future on Saturday? Who loves you, baby? Not us.
Oh, come on, stop tantalising that poor cat. Oh, look, I have here an important document. It's a letter from Tony Wilson. Now, this will explain why he hasn't been playing our trail for the past few weeks. Let's see what he has to say here. Dear Messrs. Peel and Walters, henceforward and hereinafter referred to as the above. Oh, blimey, he's gone all legal on us ever since he got that summons for criminally swiping knickers from clotheslines. Anyway, he goes on, you have probably noticed I have not been playing John Peel programme 11 to midnight every weeknight. Because they are too long and make my show sound, you know, sort of not right. You know, his parents sacrificed that tobacconist to send him to that school. Mafeking Road senior girls and mixed infants did all they could, but... Anyway, you had better do what I says, as I am a BBC producer. Look how he spelled producer. Oh, dear. With a C. Oh, dear. See, hope this reaches you as it leaves me. Yours sincerely and oblige. A happy Yuletide to you and your loved ones. Anthony St. J. Wilson. O-level music. Failed.
Oh.
Hoity-toity, eh? Hang on a second. Something on the other side.
Oh.
No, I don't think it's meant for us. My angel, you were great again Friday. Meet me as usual in the BBC car park.
Oui.
I yearn for your firm young flush. Flush? Is that flush? No. No, it's probably a note for the plumber. Oh, well, he obviously wants something a little pacier. I suppose it'll have to be the punk rock number. Are you in tune, Leonard?
Oui. Oui.
Okay, then, let's give it a go. That sounds fine to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, baby, you're driving me insane. Punk is going round and round in my brain, yeah. Life is like living in a drain. And the key is leaving me in pain. Go on, then. You've got 5 seconds to be outrageous. Do your 4-letter word.
Oui.
And the Saturday show will never ever deny you good music.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, baby, you're driving me insane. Punk is going round and round in my brain, yeah. Life is like living in a drain. And the key is leaving me in pain. No, don't look down. Don't look down. Hang on. I can hear someone coming along the wire.
Oh, yes, well, this is all very simple. Well, hey, not up. Tell you what, stay bright.
Oh, you God, it's Fluff coming up behind us.
Excuse me, chaps. Just need to get past and get the next record on for Bertie of Billingsgate, you know. Now, come on, be good chaps. Ease over just a little bit. Ease over, ease over. I want to get my finger on the potentiometer.
Oh, your hands are cold. Oh, get off. Get off. Oh, you're going to have us off the wire. Oh, let go my ears.
Pardon?
What's the matter with you? You're deaf, fatty. He said...
Oui.
Oh.
A bicentennial, eh?
Oui.
It's an auspicious event.
Ho
200 years old tomorrow. Of course. Well, there's no point in denying it. We've had our differences over the years. I mean, people resented all of that money and chewing gum and nylons and stuff being thrown about just after the war. Of course, foreigners are always a bit flamboyant, aren't they? Still, it's a landmark in history, all right. I mean, such power from such small beginnings. Whee! 200 years old. He doesn't look it, does he? I mean, hardly a day over 186, I'd have thought. Of course, plastic surgery's whizzed ahead like a rat up a drain over the last few years. Whee! Well, those head transplants certainly came along at just the right moment. Mind you, I'm never going to get used to the smell of formaldehyde. I mean, when I go round to his rooms, I always have to leave the windows open. And the door. Of course, you know, since about 1894, he's had everything lifted about every 5 years or so. Not a lot of people know that. In the early 1950s, his ears met each other on top of his head, you know. He had to put a zip in his hairpiece. Of course, eventually they passed each other and started new lives on the opposite side of his head. Upside down, of course. Well, Tony Wilson had to go round, under escort, and adjust his stereo accordingly. Of course. Well, having things lifted is all very well, but, well, I just don't like the look of that new tie of his. Do you think he knows we're talking about him? I mean, does he understand that sort of thing? Well, I did see a bit of a twitch a few minutes ago.
Right.
Oh, come on then. Well, let's get on with it. If the firemen are all in place, we'll get this cake lit. Okay. $45, $46, $47. Of course, last year, the heat from the candles set the sprinkler system off, you know. That's 186, 187. That'll do. Come on, before the icing melts. Come on then, Alan. A good big puff.
Whee!
I beg your pardon, a good big what?
A good big puff.
Oh.
In those days, the electric guitar was the miscellaneous instrument. And Fluff was right there in that very first issue. Oh, yes. In the Where Are They Now column. Let's have a look at that list of winners again. What's this one here? Best new hairstyle of the year. Well, it's Tony Blackburn again, of course. It's a pity he couldn't be here. But he sent the hair along, I see. I hope Arnold doesn't catch it. That dandruff looks almost real, doesn't it? And I see here that on behalf of the Freedom from Thirst people, Olivia Newton-John's giving Rick Wakeman a little goblet. Hello, here's another special award. The disc jockey who's done most to preserve the pound in his pocket. Well, it's Ed Stewart. Old Stewpot, eh? Woo! What a character. You're round! Woo! Of course, he's got a wonderful touch with young people. It's a pity he couldn't be here himself. I believe he sold his tickets to those American tourists over there. They're expecting to see the changing of the guard after the coffee. Don't turn around. There's Emerson, Lake and Parker coming. Hi there, chaps. Nice to see you. Sorry we didn't play any of your records last year. No hard feelings, eh? And we won't be playing any next year either. Electrified hooligans. Bob Marley's looking very natty, isn't he? And Garnway Bob. I think he recognised me. It's gone the other way. Hope he's not going for his mates. Lucky you bumped into Robin Trower in the gents, eh? Hope he's not too badly hurt. Otherwise, that exclusive play of his new album we've got on Monday night would have gone to Freeman. Hey, talk of the devil. Here he goes. Top programme again? Just look at him, will you? He's trying to get upright. I don't think he should. Stone me. Look at that. He's a shadow of his former self. The pounds have simply fallen off of that hellfire, mate. Come on, then. Speech, fatty.
You wicked pair of
John, congratulations on the #1 disc jockey, all right? And John Walters, your producer, and I must say to all the Melody Maker readers that Tony Wilson and myself are delighted about the show, the award, all right? God bless you. Thanks for putting us there.
Come on, get out of the way, you great bladder. Come on, let me get to that microphone, fatty. This is an announcement in the public interest. Now look, ladies and gentlemen, we've been snowed under with mail from irate listeners who ask us, where was last week's trail? Many of our correspondents point out that, against the advice of their doctors and their spiritual advisors, they leave Alan Freeman's show on until they have heard the John Peel trail. Here is a letter typical of the many that we've received. Let me just reach into this sack here. Let's see. What's it say? Dear Mr. Wonderful, how I yearn.
Get on with it. Go on, get on with it.
Not too much to ask, bearing in mind the cost of the licence, that the BBC should insert a disclaimer before the Freeman show if no trail is to be played, thereby allowing us to get out into God's good fresh air and support Radio 1 by attending the motor racing event of our choice. Signed, Disgusted of Cardiff. Well, Mr. Disgusted, and the serried ranks of shocked and disappointed listeners all over Britain, it was not our fault that there was no trailer in last week's Fluff Up. A trail was made. Fluff was not against it. Never let it be said. So who was the guilty man? The power behind the throne. Truth will out. The finger points. Jacques! It was so-called producer Tony Pointy-Nose Wilson. The Cyrano de Bergerac of Radio 1. And why did this unfeeling pedagogue, with his laughable proboscis, refuse to play last week's John Peel trail? Because, he claims, it was too long. Not a complaint Wilson often hears himself, I'll be bound. Well, thou of the deformed nasal organ, the BBC has, in its wisdom, put you in charge. And we must accept your unimaginative decision as final. Your excuse that you'd been drinking and have had a lot of headaches lately is quite unacceptable. Most BBC decisions are made under these conditions. And don't you point that nose at me, you deviant. It might be loaded. Well, Wilson, despite your obviously fallible judgment, we must treat your position as a BBC producer with the respect and the honour it deserves. So, Snouty, you have asked for a short trail, and you shall have one. As regards your unwarranted intrusion into our affairs, we shall continue to preserve the silence, the detachment, and the dignity which our loyal public has come to expect from us. Next week, 11 o'clock to midnight on Radio 1, John Peel.
Oh, Peely, really? Now, come on. Say something nice. Tony said he won't come out and play with you after tea. He's got tears rolling down his face. Go on, say something nice.
Tony Pointy-Nose Wilson. You know, mon vieux, I think this week we should be serious for a change.
Oui.
It's not generally known, is it, that you have, for some time now, been in an honourable but unfashionable institution. No, not that institution. Come November, you'll have been out of there for 2 years. No, I meant that I'm sure that the listeners, and Alan, and Tony Pointy-Nose Wilson, will be pleased to join me in this most solemn moment, when we congratulate you and your charming and lovely lady wife on having achieved 10 years of happy and harmonious married life. Yes, I think you shared something rather wonderful. Of course, you drank most of it. But was it not always thus? dare I say it, but my bride and I will have banged 2 into the back of the net by the end of this month ourselves. But, of course, with marriage, it's not how long, but how happy. You've been to one of our house parties, haven't you? So you'll remember the wife, of course. The little one waiting over by the stove. Young, No, don't tell me. Begins with a V. Vera? No. It'll come the moment I walk in the house. I think marriage is a very steadying influence myself. I mean, I believe that Alan and Tony should settle down. Oh, no, not together. Although until Wilson had the haircut, there was some loose talk among the more degenerate members of the typing pool. Of course, with the John Peel programme to do every night of the week from 11 o'clock to midnight, it's all right for you and me. Our evenings are taken up. No, with work. But, Wilson... Someone should take him in hand. I think he's had this hairdo to try and attract women, you know. Personally, I think it'd have been better employed risking a 3rd nose job myself. Even one of those party noses with the elastic would do. Certainly wouldn't cure it, but it'd tone it down a bit. Mind you, Wilson's secretary says there's nothing wrong with his nose. In the right place. And Fluff. When a man can see 39 just around the corner, he should be looking for Miss Right. You can go to Alan's flat. Prints, planes, polyester colours. That airing cupboard's like an Aladdin's cave. He's sitting on a fortune. So, come on, Alan. I know your time's taken up, but you must have room for a popsy. You could find a woman who shares your interests. Is Anne Nightingale spoken for? Esther Ranson? If you'd stepped in sharpish after the war, Jean Metcalfe was there for the taking. Of course, you let Sylvia Peters and Mary Malcolm slither through your fingers. But what think you of Angela Rippon? Or is she married? And what about that weather woman, Barbara Edwards? Of course, you've got to watch her depressions over the Atlantic. But at least you know what it's going to be like tomorrow. Same as yesterday and the day before. But that's marriage, Alan, old son. That's marriage. Now, you may say you're waiting for Lena Zavaroni. But are all the Beverly sisters spoken for? So, come on, Alan. Don't keep your fans in suspense, man. How about naming the day?
Oh, John, you're old-fashioned. I've been living in sin for 60 years.
Oh, who's that?
We?
Oh, is that you? Oh, you're a fool. Oh, you scared me half to death. Only you could have gone to that fancy dress shop and come back as Lucinda Pryor Parker or Mr. Softy. Oh, you could have done me a mischief tiptoeing up behind me like that. I can't see much out of this slit anyway. Oh, come on, follow me. I'm not sure it was a good idea to come as a pillar box anyway. Mind you, I am a master of disguises. That little old woman selling violets outside Maida Vale tube station? That was me. That 58 model Dodge on the corner? Me too. My sinking of the Lusitania is very good, you know. Not much use for this job, though. This is his building here, isn't it? The one with God Bless Baden-Powell over the door. Oh, it's bad enough having to do the John Peel show every night of the week without having to get up to all this Sherlock Holmes tomfoolery. Elementary, my dear Watson. But if there's any truth to this rumour that for the first time in, well, how many years? Anyway, it's the first time for a long, long time he's actually contrived to get some sort of exclusive of his own. Well, if it's true, it's our job to find out just what it is. Mind you, you can say what you like. There's a nagging doubt at the back of my mind. I mean, will a mock Victorian pillar box and a show jumper, complete with horse. Excite the attention of the neighbours.
Oh.
I don't know, though. Some of those parties Alan gives.
Oof.
They must be used to all sorts going in and out of here.
Oh.
I mean, what about that night he invited the entire cast of the gang show back for bangers?
Woo.
All that dib-dib-dob and riding along on the crest of a wave until the small hours.
Oh.
Of course, then he wanted to camp with them, you know. Up in the Quantocks.
Oh.
Anyway, let's try and sneak in. Your disguise is very good, you know. Turn around a bit. Ugh. Bit too good, if you ask me. Never mind, though. We can collect it up in that fire bucket on the way out.
Oh.
It'll work wonders on the rhubarb.
Oh.
All right, then. Let's synchronise watches. Come on, then. In we go. Now, don't trip over your reins and try and act casually. I think this is it. This one here. The powder blue door, isn't it? Number 69. Yes. Come on, then. Oh. Oh, it is nice, isn't it?
Oh.
I mean, look at the pile on that carpet.
Ugh.
No wonder he has difficulty keeping house, boys. Let's have a look in here. Oh. Hey, look at all this equipment in the bedroom. That trampoline must have set him back a bit, you know. Mind you, at this age, you have to keep fit. Ah, that exclusive. Now, let's think about it. If Alan had something really big, where would he put it? What's behind this locked door? Come on, let's have a look in here. Go on, you put your hooves to it. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. By all that's holy.
Whee!
Yes, I thought you'd be at it. I knew you'd come in. I knew you'd look for Peely and Walters.
Oh, come on, man. Follow me. This way. Mind your head on that beam.
Whee!
Oh, and don't drop those records again. And be careful with those needles. There aren't that many shops that still stock the Autophone Extra Loud and the Stentor Pine reusables for the Hello Young Lovers spot. And don't forget to tape the horn onto the gramophone tonight. That girl at Lossiemouth Polytechnic's still threatening to sue. Oh, well. Yes, that stage seems strong enough, doesn't it? It was nice of Anna to give me the gig, really. St. Neots Silver Jubilee Hall, eh? It makes you quite nervous, doesn't it? They've all been here, you know. Don Lang and his Frantic Five. Arthur Greenslade and the G-Men. Sounds Incorporated. Wee Willie Harris. The Bob Court Skiffle Group. Oh, yes, they've had all of the stars here down the years. Next week it's Simon D. I think we'll have to put all of the stops out tonight. I see they're not licensed for entertainment. So we should be all right. It's not bad money either, you know. £15 against 22% of the door. That mahogany should burn a treat. Of course, people think that when we disc jockeys do a gig, it's just a case of walking in, and signing a few autographs, playing a few records, copping the money and one of the go-go girls, and off. But I think there's a lot more to it than that. I feel like John McLaughlin about it myself. I like to compose my mind first. Discover some inner peace.
So, could you... Thank you so much. You unpack, will you? Oh, dear. No. Oh, you're supposed to hold that until Disco Duck.
Oh,
Oh, well. I suppose we might as well go through the routine now. Now, you start the bubble machine when I get to the Barry White medley. And you let the balloon go when I play the best disco in town. And throw it right out into the audience tonight because we don't want to waste it.
wee!
Have you got the battery for the light show? I hope this circuit can take 15 watts. Oh, I think that should hold.
Oh.
And point it at the back wall tonight, will you? And look, at the end, when they're going mad and they're trying to clamber onto the stage, you put on Matt Monroe's My Way. By the way, you'd better give it a bit of a wipe tonight. Yes, that looks a little better. It was covered in guns at that Paul Perot Junior Liberal Arts College Freshers' Hop, you know. Anyway, look, you put on My Way, and I'll come on stage again and chuck out some more of last year's Radio 1 calendars. Well, that should clear the hall. Keeps us in with the caretaker, you know. You'll probably see us right for a light ale or so. Okay, I think it's time to get the show on the road. Here we go, then. With a 1 and a 2 and a D, you like soul music. Okay, hi there, cats and kittens, guys and gals, mummers and groomers. Let's get down and do it. So it's up against the wall time. And I want all of you lovely people. Hold on a minute. There's no one here. Why, Claudius isn't on tonight, is it? Oh, hold on a minute. Look at this poster. Oh, no wonder there's no one here. Tonight, Women's Institute Bramble Jam making classes. Alan sent us on a wild goose chase again.